What's involved in selling commercial real estate? And what are the typical English vocabulary and expressions that real estate professionals use? Curious? Stay tuned to find out. Hi, I'm Jenny from Real Estate English Academy, where we help real estate professionals improve their confidence and fluency in English. In this video, I'm going to talk about key terms and expressions that you can use when selling real estate. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video. There's going to be a short quiz for you to test how good your real estate English is. But now, let's dive right into the main content of this lesson. The seller of a property, or the agent representing the seller, typically prepares an investment memorandum, which is also referred to as sales particulars, when putting real estate up for sale. An investment memorandum typically comprises details about the property, its micro and macro location, and the socioeconomic profile of the region. It also includes information on rental income, the tenant and their credit rating, and financial performance. Let's take a closer look at some typical vocabulary and expressions that are contained in an investment memorandum. The property is prominently situated on Seine Road. We've conducted an internal inspection of the building and determined that the build quality and flexibility it offers are excellent. The income is secured for the next 9 years by a good covenant. The lease is indexed to the CPI. At a purchase price of £30 million, the NIY comes to 6%. Let's take a look at the key vocabulary used here. The expression prominently situated means that the property is located centrally with excellent visibility. Example: the department store is prominently situated and there is high foot traffic in the area. The term build quality refers to the quality of the building fabric and structure. Example: we're looking for a prestigious office property with excellent build quality. Flexibility in this case refers to how flexibly the floor plans can be split up for different types of use, like office, retail, or technical rooms. Covenant refers to financial and legal background information relating to the tenants. Example: this is an up-and-coming location. We're expecting to attract a number of strong covenant tenants looking for office space in the area. Indexation and CPI. The term indexation refers to a system used to increase rent. In our example, rent increases are indexed to the CPI. CPI stands for Consumer Price Index and reflects consumer spending within a country. The acronym NIY stands for Net Initial Yield and reflects the ratio of the purchase price of a property to the rental income generated by that property. Example: a US-based institutional investor has made an offer reflecting an NIY of around 5.75%. If you'd like to dive deeper into real estate English and build confidence and fluency when communicating in English, visit our website and check out our course offer. Okay, let's take a look at some more examples. Paris King Tower encompasses 3,876 square meters of office space leased to golden tenants until September 2030, with a break option in 2027 at a rent of £28 per square meter. The asking price is quoted at 20 million euros, reflecting an NIY of 6.6%. The verb to encompass has roughly the same meaning as to include or to contain. Example: the property encompasses 156,000 square feet. The building permit encompasses repaving the access road. In the US and the UK, people tend to measure their height in feet and inches, their beer in pints, and distances in miles. That's also relevant when we talk about floor space. In the US and the UK, it's common to use imperial measurements instead of metric measurements. In real estate, the most important conversion to keep in mind is this one. 1 square foot equals 0.029 square meters, which means, for example, 65,000 square feet is equal to approximately 6,039 square meters. Break options refer to the points in time when a tenant has the option to end a lease prematurely. Examples: our lease runs for another 5 years, but we have a break option coming up in 3 years. Our lease doesn't contain any break options. We'll have to stay at the site until the lease expires. Asking price refers to the price at which a property is offered for sale. Example: the original asking price was $37 million. After several rounds of negotiations, we sold the property for $35.5 million. Let's move on and take a look at some more typical vocabulary and expressions contained in an investment memorandum. The retail park features a strong covenant anchor tenant. The complete rent roll is provided as an annex. Blended WALT for all 3 buildings comes to 10 years and WAULT to 6.5 years. Rents run between $28 and $30 per square meter, with approximately 15% over rented. Total rental income comes to $1.5 million PA. 2 leases with key tenants are set to expire at the end of next year. Releasing will require significant capex and tenant incentives. The term anchor tenant refers to the most important tenant at a property in terms of square footage taken up and rental income. Examples: we just opened a shopping mall in Birmingham and are happy with the anchor tenant we were able to attract. The anchor tenant has informed us that it will not renew its lease. We're already in negotiations with a major UK department store to move in. The term rent roll refers to a list of tenants containing more detailed information about the current leases. Example: please refer to the rent roll in Section 7 to learn more about rental levels and WALT. Which brings us to the terms WALT and WAULT. WALT is the acronym for Weighted Average Lease Term, which indicates the average duration of the leases signed by tenants. WAULT stands for Weighted Average Unexpired Lease Term, which indicates the remaining duration of a lease. The word blended simply means that the WALT has been calculated for all 3 buildings. The term overrented indicates that the rental price paid by a tenant is higher than current market level. That means that if a tenant moves out of a property, the new tenant moving in may end up paying lower rent. Of course, this also works the other way around and is then referred to as under-rented. Examples: The real estate market has been struggling for some time. Some of our retail units are over-rented. The property market has been booming in recent years, and our retail park in London is under-rented. Next year, we'll be able to renegotiate rents. The abbreviation PA stands for per annum, which means per year. Another way of saying this is on an annual basis. Example: the property generates rental income of roughly $1 million PA. The verb to expire refers to the point in time when something, let's say a lease, comes to an end. As far as the noun is concerned, there's a difference in usage in the US and the UK. In the US, people typically use the noun expiration, and in the UK, people tend to use the noun expiry. The term release is used when a tenant moves out of a property and a new lease has to be signed with a new tenant under new terms. Example: our anchor tenant has terminated its lease. We'll have to find a new tenant soon and release the space to avoid rental income loss. The term CAPEX is short for capital expenditure and refers to the money that a landlord, an investor, or similar spends on making improvements to properties or to rental premises. Example: it will require significant CAPEX to comply with new environmental regulations. The expression tenant incentives refers to perks or fringe benefits that a landlord grants to a tenant. Typical examples of tenant incentives include rent-free periods and tenant-specific improvements to a building or premises. All right, here's the quiz that I promised at the beginning of this video. Let's see if you can avoid these typical real estate English mistakes and get the answers right. 1. The seller has provided rent guarantees for the retail space or spaces. The correct answer is space. 2. The vendor and the buyer shall bear or carry the transaction costs 50-50. The correct answer is bear. 3. The property was built or built up at the beginning of this century. The correct answer is built. And 4. The prime location and excellent access to transportation or traffic access has drawn interest from a variety of high-profile tenants. The answer is access to transportation. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. You can also find us on LinkedIn and join our Real Estate English Academy group, where real estate professionals can post and discuss their questions about real estate English. See you next time.